Alright, so now we're gonna learn the torso, and which really sucks balls is I freaking recorded this. I just drew this, and for some reason the damn YouTube didn't pick it up. Shit! Anyway, this is what I just drew. I'll redraw it, but here's the basic front muscles of the torso. And just to show again, I said the pectoral muscles, the deltoids, the collarbone, the abdominals. I think these are called the serratus or something. But I'll explain why there's a little line there later. And you have the great trochanter, I think it's called. But there are the muscles. And once again, here's a close-up view like that. The abdominals and the pecs. Alright, so I'll redraw it. It sucks though. The other video is so good. And now what we want to do is, we're not scientists, so it's important to know the muscles, but not obviously go in depth in terms of what they do and this and that. It's just the artistic reason to understand the muscles. So much more, I'm going to draw the outline like I did in that one. So outline of the body, the torso. And the importance of the torso is that it connects every other part of the body, obviously, and that's why it plays such a big role, and that's why I think it's important to start with it, because it's your foundation. The head will connect to it, the legs will connect, everything connects to it. So here's the collarbone. The collarbone is kind of like an upside down clothes hanger. Here's the collarbone. So there's your first part. So then, that's kind of the outline. Once again, the proportion, so from here to here is your pectoral muscles. And the pectoral muscles are the largest mass. And they actually connect to the bone under here, which is the sternum. And they're the largest mass on the front side of the torso. So it kind of connects like that. I'm drawing it like if they were the muscles. Now, something to note is, over here, these deltoids are they're big. They're a big connector, and they're pretty big size, and they actually overlap the pectoral muscles, and they connect to the collarbone at these points, these 2 points here. And the deltoids are going to become very important to understand. If you ever look at the other superhero comics, you'll see how big the deltoids are, because they're a pretty big mass. And so they actually, once again, overlap the pectoral. Now, the nipples, I don't know if I can say that, or the teats, the nipples or the teats, actually line up from the center of the collarbone at about a 45-degree angle is where they'll hit. And that's why over here, as you can see, there's a line, that's that. And important to note is, not so much if you want to draw the nipples, but there's a muscle, I believe it's called the sartorius. I can't pronounce serratus, but this actually is right under that same line. And that's important because a lot of superheroes, a lot of human body have those muscles, these little like fish gill muscles under there. So that's that. And then from there, once again, that's your rib cage. And these great trochanter, the trochanter, I believe, these muscles that kind of hang out are this part. So the head length, there's your belly button kind of messed up. This has to be shorter. There we go. So the belly button, a trick to the belly button, if you ever want to know if your figure's in proportion, is that these muscles, these great trochanter, these outside flaps, it will line up. The belly button will be in the center of these two if it's correct. Then you have your abdominals, which I'll just draw the outline. But it's pretty simple, the front side of the torso. It's not really that complicated. If you get that, pectorals, abdominal muscles, collarbone, and then of course the neck would come out over here. We won't worry about the neck and the head yet. We'll go each one. So the abdominal, the first top two are the second largest. Then the other two, the belly button is in the middle of these top two. Then the longest one is this bottom one. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And so that's your abdominal muscles. So pretty much that's that. And it sucks because this drawing, which I showed before, I thought it's better. But yeah, here's the abdominal muscles again. And there's the belly button. It's in between these one, two, the top two, and then the biggest one is on the bottom. There's the outside flap again, which shit, it's not in the middle. So I messed up. No, I'm gonna get in trouble. No. But like, there's the outside flaps and the belly button, pectoral muscles. And what I was showing here before in the other video was, say if I even just start with the belly button, that's what I did here. I started, but if I go from the belly button, say to the top, to right here, that's a proportion. That's something. Even though the head's not drawn, that's still a proportion, which means this, from there to there, this has to be equal because there's 3 proportions on the whole front torso. So that's important to know. So if you ever start, like, I'll just draw it quick here, is, you know, say if I'm stuck with the belly button, or even the head, or any place, which we'll learn all the proportions of the body parts. The belly button, say I start here, as long as I'm equal here, I'm equal here, and then this is the top of the pecs, and I'm equal here to the collarbone, everything will form up regardless. It'll still work, and that's the cool trick. That's the little tricks to then these muscles on the outside line up with the belly button. The groin. The deltoids. These muscles. So yeah, so all in all, that is the front of the torso. Trying to remember if I forgot anything. Next video we'll go through the back muscles. But for now, oh yeah, just for now, just keep remembering, practice these muscles, draw them over and over. Just keep them in mind, because the front view is so easy, because obviously there's no perspective. We're going to talk about perspective and kind of the body in perspective later on, but for now just keep practicing getting these muscles, understanding them. Oh yeah, that's what I remember. Dynamic Anatomy, Bernd Hogarth, the one who does the dynamic figure drawing, that is another book I would buy. It shows every tiny muscle in great detail. It's really great, and it helps out a lot.